All right, we're going to do a quick video here on 2011 Porsche Cayenne twin turbo. So this is what you call a 958. And the problem I was having was, this does have enter and drive. I could not arm the alarm. If I armed the alarm or if it auto-armed the alarm, I would get no chirp, but the exterior parking lights would flash like the alarm was going off. And so I couldn't lock the vehicle. I couldn't take it anywhere and leave it because it would, it would just constantly go off. And, it could make the battery go down. So from searching on the forums, I found out that it was most likely a problem with this alarm module, a little 3-pin module with a horn, and it is right down here under the cowl. So getting down here looks tough, but it's really not that bad. So unfortunately, I didn't start this video from the beginning because I didn't know what I was going to find. But let me give you the quick and dirty on how to get here. So the first thing you have to do is there's three nuts for the windshield wiper. This is the windshield wiper transmission. And so there is a shaft here, here, and over here that have 16mm nuts on them. You will probably need to use a small 2-jaw puller because it is a tapered fit here. Then there are 5 T30 screws that hold this windshield wiper transmission in. That can come out, and there's a connector here. But before you get to that, you have this cowl piece that you have to deal with. This thing is in. Come through here, and there's another one over here, but trying to figure out how to get it out is difficult. And so let me show you this so that you'll know. Here there's just a little lip, and it interfaces into this lip here at the base of the windshield. So that's glass there. So this is a no pry zone. So what I was able to do is all the way on this corner over here, I could kind of see this edge here, and I got my pick. And I was able to kind of pick this up until this popped out of that little receiver groove. Then I could just work my fingers along it and get it started. And then I could get my fingers underneath here, and then this came out. So I imagine when I put this back in there, I'll need to get it kind of in the right place, and then I'll start it and get it worked all the way down. So just a moment ago, I took pressurized air and I blasted that groove out, and my son cleaned this off here. So this should go back in. So little cover here you take off, little cover there you take off. Caps on the windshield wiper arms, 16mm nuts. Pull off the windshield wiper arms, get that plastic cowl out. 5 T30, they're not tight, windshield wiper transmission, up and out. Okay, now we're getting to the good stuff here. Here's the alarm horn. This is the new alarm horn. I've already put it in. So on the back of the alarm horn is a nut. Don't try to get that nut off just yet. 13mm socket. Instead, you can pop this and this clip off to give yourself some more room. And there's a 6mm stud here. So 10mm nut right behind here. And then you can kind of get this out. There's a hose clip down there that you can pop the hose out. Then you'll be able to get this alarm module up about here on the bracket. Unplug it. You can get it out in your hand. 13mm nut, put the bracket on your new one, put it in. So now I get it chirp when I arm it. I had my son reach in the open window of the car and try to open. Alarm went off. So, and the car will arm normally without flashing. So we wanted to do a post-mortem, find out what was wrong with this. So we took it over to the bandsaw, and there's kind of a thermally welded or a glued joint, and we ran the bandsaw down this joint. And when you open it up, there we go, right there. I bet there was some water ingress, because this to me looks like water has gotten in here and gotten to the power and boiled. So, and there's a little section over here as well. So I think that is our smoking gun. And I always like to see a smoking gun on something like this. you know, that there was actually something wrong with it. So this alarm module looked a little different than the one that was replaced. I guess this is used on a lot of VWs, Porsche, Audi, that kind of thing. And it's gone through several iterations and upgrades. So the one that's in there now is supposed to be the latest and greatest, about $120. I would say our total time involved here would maybe be an hour and a half, 2 hours, and seems to be a complete fix. So, but that's a good smoking gun right there. So, and like they say, installation is reverse of removal. Okay, I almost forgot. Almost forgot. When you put the wiper arms back on, you have to make sure the wipers are parked. Okay, so what does that mean? When you took the wiper transmission out, you probably had to move the mechanism some to get to some of the bolts. So then when you put it back in, if you just bolt your arms in the right place, when you turn it on, it's probably not parked. So then they may try to go like this, or, you know, it may damage your cowl, the wipers, hood. So you've got to park your mechanism before you put your arms back on. Now this car will not move the wiper transmission if the hood is open. So before you put your arms on, last thing, close the hood, go in the car, turn it on, run a wiper cycle, and you'll watch your little knobs here, turn, 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 and then they'll park. Once they're parked, you shut the car off, open your hood back up, put your wiper arms on in the correct position. Very important.